These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Fleming. Will we hear about Iraq's new currency before Wednesday? It's possible. The IMF likes the 1st and the 15th for announcing new rates, although there's one more month in the first quarter. That's one more month for this to drag on until further actions can take place that make this difficult situation even more difficult. We can only stay informed and stay tuned as we wait and see what will occur. Mountain Goat article quote, after paying all compensation to Kuwait, has the Iraqi economy been liberated? Removal from Chapter 7 and movement to operating under Chapter 6 will change the economy of Iraq. Operating under Chapter 6 of the Charter will liberate the Iraqi banking system and integrate it with the global banking system, something that could not have fully happened while under Chapter 7. Mountain Goat continues as prior to this release, any financial returns in hard currency, oil revenues did not go directly to Iraq, but through the United States Federal Bank. So in the future, oil revenues will go directly to Iraqi Central Bank, or the CBI. And he said, do you see where this is going? On February 9th, in a UN Council meeting, it was decided that the UN would release Iraq from all Chapter 7 sanctions on February 22nd. In this case, the U.S. Treasury OFAC sanctions should also be released, as well as any sanctions by the EU. Mark Z. Frank 26 said last night they should have the government in place within 48 hours, not the 22nd. I think they can RV at any time. They don't have to wait for the 22nd, but there's sure a lot of chatter about the 21st and 22nd. There's also chatter that Iraq may have already changed its rate, but folks on the streets are not trading at a higher rate yet. There has been zero bad news. Redemption centers are keeping a skeleton crew on all week in the hope something happens this week. I believe we're at the end of the race, just waiting to cross that finish line. Walking Stick and Frank 26 said there can be a lot of negativity out there. There can be a lot of articles that lead you in an opposite direction. There's a lot of misinformation about what the Parliament and GOI and the CBI and now the full cabinet of Kazemi are doing. What they're doing is continuing with the plan. Frank 26 from Iraqi Boots on the Ground TV report, Firefly, Saleh is talking about the dollar exchange rate in the budget. He's saying it should be about 150,000 dinar to $1 American dollar. This is without the zeros. He's talking about $1.50 to $1. We're not sure, but he's saying budget should be this. Frank 26, directly from the horse's mouth, he tells the citizens, you're going to be 1 to 1. It may be 150 to 1 before we even bust out of the gates. Militiaman article quote, after the barrel price reaches $95, will the exchange rate be restored? Quote, Al-Muqsusi confirmed the possibility of returning the dollar exchange rate to its previous rate, but not at the present time. This is exactly what they're going to do as promised by politicians. They're going to complete the project to delete the zeros. They're not going to tell the world that they're going to change the exchange rate with a specific time and date. That would be suicide, likely illegal, and or both. Not to mention insider trading, counterfeiting, leakage, etc., etc. Samson article, quote, criticism of the government and assurances that the budget will not be passed without adjusting the dollar exchange rate. Fleming says Iraq is stick a fork in it done. They're celebrating and dancing in the streets in joy for their sovereign national wealth. With oil at $92 a barrel, heading up to $120, it's a huge amount. The Iraq people, with their commitment as a major provider of oil, they have a very bright future outlook. Mark Z, Iraq continues to release articles about international cooperation, international trade with Kuwait and many other countries. Also, many articles being released on how they need to raise the rate to be on a, quote, even playing field with Kuwait, unquote, whom they expect to be one of their major trading partners. And lastly, Mountain Goat article, quote, after paying all compensation to Kuwait, has the Iraqi economy been liberated? Iraq must submit a request to the Security Council in order to transfer it from Chapter 7 of the Charter of the United Nations to the provisions of the Chapter 6 of the Charter. We as investors have waited since 2004 for this, and now it is here. Hooray! It is all moving in the right direction, and better days are ahead.